Russian President Vladimir Putin has conducted his first interview with the international media since the invasion of Ukraine in 2022. On the sidelines of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, Putin warned that Russia could provide long-range weapons to others to strike Western targets in response to NATO allies, allowing Ukraine to use their arms to attack Russian territory. Putin also reaffirmed Moscow's readiness to use nuclear weapons if it sees a threat to its sovereignty. However, he insists he does not want war with NATO. Now speaker Karim has more.
Вы сбрендили совсем, что ли? Тупые вообще, как этот стол.
Pointing to his head and knocking twice on the table, Russian President Vladimir Putin tells a journalist that someone must be thick or dumb, as thick as this table, to think that Russia wants to attack NATO. They invented that Russia wants to attack NATO, Putin said. That's nonsense, delirious nonsense. It would be nonsense if it were not designed to fool Western countries' own populations. Putin was answering questions from the international media for the first time since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Appearing confident and in control for more than 3 hours, Putin sought to counter the Russian imperialist narrative that has been portrayed in the Western press. The Russian leader, who recently won a 5th term in office, also warned that he has all the right to deploy long-range weapons within striking distance of the US and Europe, after the US and Germany said they would allow Ukraine to use their weapons inside Russian territory. Putin said these include the use of nuclear weapons, according to Moscow's 2020 policy. For some reason, they believe in the West that Russia will never use nuclear weapons, said Putin. We have our nuclear doctrine. Look at what is written there. If somebody's action will threaten our sovereignty and territorial integrity, we will consider it possible to use all means at our disposal. On Russia's ties with Beijing, Putin pushed back on Western claims that China's economy is not market-oriented. The Chinese economy is very reliable and is becoming more and more high-tech, Putin said. It is a big mistake on the part of the United States and some European countries who are trying to somehow slow down the Chinese economy, because in my view, in order to be successful, we should be integrated into these processes, not to try to hinder them. Putin was also asked about November's US presidential election, likely between incumbent Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, who is seen as more Russia-friendly. Putin said he would work with any US president, but said Trump's recent criminal conviction in the hush money affair shows Washington is using the judicial system in an internal political struggle. Reporters also asked him about the Wall Street Journal journalist Evan Gershkovich, who was detained more than a year ago and charged with espionage, which he denies. Putin said the US is taking energetic steps to gain his release, suggesting that a prisoner swap may be one solution. Nazri Karim, TVB News.